The Pro Football Weekly staff made their picks for Week 1, and you can see all of our consensus picks against the spread at ProFootballWeekly.com. But today we're going to talk about our best bet, and I'm joined by handicapping expert Mike Wilkening. And Mike, the Rams head to Detroit. Lions are 7-point favorites in this game, and the PFW staff picked Detroit. And looking back at some of the trends with these two teams, you can kind of see why.
Yeah, looking at this game, Kevin, we're looking at an underdog in St. Louis that just has not been very good against the spread. 3-12-1 against the spread last season. They're only 1-9 on the road versus the number in their last 10 games. The Lions, meanwhile, have been pretty good at home from a spread perspective. Only 4-4 last season, but very good to start the season. 7-1 the previous season, added up 11-5 the last two seasons. And they've covered in Week 1 the last two seasons. They've come out of the box strongly. There's just a number of trends that point to Detroit in this one.
Now, on the field, when you look at some of the injuries in Detroit's secondary, this spread has moved. It opened. Detroit was a 9.5 point favorite, now down to 7.5 in some places. So people are starting to think that the Rams might have a chance to cover this spread. Do you think that there's enough reason to maybe go towards St. Louis, or Detroit's still the better pick?
You know, there are some matchup concerns, perhaps, for Detroit in terms of some secondary issues. Louis Delmas, Chris Houston banged up. But can St. Louis take advantage of those injuries? I'm going to lean and say not as much as some might think. And when it comes down to it, if they can't score enough, if we're talking about a Rams defense, it's really a work in progress. The Rams were 26th in scoring defense a season ago. They're rebuilding again on that side of the ball. You have to wonder about their ability to get into a shootout here. I think they're on the right track from a rebuilding perspective, but this just looks like a tough matchup where they might be playing from behind from the get-go.
Yeah, I think Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, Jim Schwartz, that Lions team are looking forward to getting on the field and playing football after an offseason really marked by some off-the-field problems. And you've got to imagine Stafford in that passing game are very excited to play Rams secondary that has some young players there that maybe they could take advantage of. To see all of our picks and our consensus picks against the spread for Week 1, head to the handicapping page at ProFootballWeekly.com.